on the EduTV website. We will find intervals during the presentation, and especially at the end of the session, the last 30 minutes to respond to your questions. If there's anything that's missing, just message and we'll respond to that. With that, I'm going to hand over the floor to Dr. Athar Osama. Dr. Athar Osama, the floor is all yours now.
Thank you, Umar. Thank you for this, for setting this up. As Umar said, this is the fourth in the series of workshops that we are doing for participants of Grand Challenge Fund, people whose proposals have been submitted or accepted to the second stage. In this particular workshop, we are going to cover a lot of ground around the theory of change. One of the most important element of a grand challenge proposal is the idea that you want some kind of impact to happen on the ground. There might be various ways of how do you theorize about that impact, how do you sort of monitor that impact, how do you make sure that that impact and its pathways are built into your proposal. And theory of change is one of them. It's a fairly common sense approach to how do you write your proposals, particularly the implementation part of your proposals. In today's session, Dr. Adnan Khan, who's a medical doctor and an epidemiologist, and runs a company called Research and Development Solutions Strategies, is going to present first an overview of what theory of change, this particular approach looks like. And then I'm going to add in some comments and experiences from my own experience of doing this kind of stuff at the Planning Commission, but also, during reviewing the applications for the Grand Challenge Fund. And then, we'll see we should be able to answer a lot of questions that that you are able to ask at that point. So with that, I want to hand over to Adnan. Adnan, if you want to run your presentation, I think you should share your screen and take it from there.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jeet. Assalamualaikum. Welcome to a late session. Thank you for being here, and thank you for HEC and to Dr. Athar Osama for inviting me to talk. Basically, theory of change that Dr. Athar said is basic building block or process with which a lot of us in social sciences think about our projects. So basically, what theory of change or TOC, as you will see again and again, is it's a map of how you will achieve a social outcome based on certain assumptions. And assumptions ke upar hum aayenge, magar the assumptions are what you will put in, but assumptions are also the environment that you will be working in, the context of your intervention. You'll hear other names for theory of change, such as a pathway of change, engine of change, a blueprint, a logic model, or a theory of action. These are things that people have used interchangeably, but I think theory of change is probably the commonest term that you will hear over and over again. And if I'm not mistaken, most of our audience is based on engineers and not so much of social scientists or social implementers.
I think there are fewer social scientists here than engineers or pure scientists.
Okay, I think that's really interesting, because a lot of times when we work with engineers, they come in with an idea.